Well, Milton, here it is. This is Running Elk Ranch. 950 acres, 700 acres adjacent BLM lease, adjacent to Jim Jones Wildlife Area, which is everything on that ridge. Tremendous elk hunting. In fact, the elk went in here by the hundreds in the wintertime. This reminds me of the old pioneer days. You can just imagine the settlers down on this ranch. Over the years, last 30, 40 years, I've always come down, I've looked at this ranch, and it just is so intriguing for me because it makes me think of the Old West. It makes me think of what it was like. The buildings are in impeccable condition down there. There's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath ranch house. It's about 2,500 square feet. It is absolutely beautiful. It's been redone. It's not a junkyard. This ranch has been meticulously taken care of, from the fences to the blacksmith shop to a small schoolhouse that they used to have in this settlement, which was called Arthur back then. They used to actually come back in the train. There's actually an easement through the property, or the old one at the railroad tracks, that actually shows where the train used to come through. And they stopped at their a little dairy barn down here, and adjacent to the bunkhouse where the hands were, and they'd pick up the milk and bring it to Fairplay. It's really interesting. A lot of history on this ranch. The most exciting thing about this ranch, though, for an investor, is that you can take this 950 acres, and the state of Colorado is going to actually give people, for putting a conservation easement on it, in which, by the way, we can get 3 on this property, a $375,000 tax credit for absolutely every 300 acres he has here. Plus, he can get a federal deduction for whatever he doesn't develop, or for not developing the land. So it'll stay in perpetuity like this. The pond is a state wildlife pond. The property kind of goes in the edge of it, and Trout Creek goes through this whole thing. Trout Creek isn't full all the time. It dries up, but the whole bottom of this ranch is all, the grass is fed from an aquifer below. So after tax, and everything you buy should be considered after tax, Milton. And what's exciting about this, somebody can own this ranch after tax for approximately $700,000. Presently, they're asking $2 million. Last year, they were at $2,500,000. So you'll be taking advantage of the market and the market conditions we have been in this last 2 years. And you can buy this ranch for $2 million with all the buildings meticulously taken care of, have a little elk hunting, be in beautiful South Park, only 31 miles from Breckenridge. It's a very, very special place. They have a calving barn over here. They've got plenty of sorting pens throughout. The fences are in impeccable condition. The pasture, actually, you could run quite a few head of cows out here if you wanted to just go ahead and kind of have a hobby farm. But this is a classic place for a second homeowner that lives in Breckenridge, that wants to come over here and have a little playground and feel like you're really part of the West. Because if you don't feel like you're Colorado here, you don't feel like you're Colorado ever. It's really a special place. Over there is the old schoolhouse. Actually, this was a town of Arthur, if you can believe it. In 1874, this was actually a little village where people actually lived. And the railroad came through here and brought them in supplies and so on. And so it has a schoolhouse, a blacksmith shop. It's got everything like a little town would have. You can imagine going back and see the old Western shows. It's pretty neat. So anyway, this is the property. Again, it's on the market for $2 million. It's been reduced from $2,500,000. It's 950 acres. It's backed up to 700 acres of leased land, which is basically an addition to your property, which you have control of. And it's backed up to Jim Jones Wildlife Area, which is it's got to be maybe 5,000 acres of that, and the hunting is superb. So if you want a little special piece of Colorado, give us a call at Paffrath and Thomas. We're at 311 South Main. It's a company built on relationship. It's a company built on trust. We've been here a long time. We know what we're doing. We can help you with any part of your real estate needs you need. We have tremendous access through the MLS. When you deal with us, you're going to deal with somebody you can trust, that hopefully you have a relationship with. And what is life? Relationships. So I hope I see you.